This is Lauren.
This is Trey.
And this
is the Partnership Podcast.
Yeah. There was that whole thing.
B plus.
That's funny. But yeah. Sorry about that, babe. Sorry, Apple's just really not.
I don't know if I can do this today. I haven't had sex in...
That's what we want to talk about.
Like 26 hours. I don't know if I can...
Okay, so update the people. Update the gentle audience on this thing. My toes look so good. On this thing we sometimes do. Okay,
so, Lauren's ovulating. That means I'm ovulating. Our cycles are synced up. And what I do is I'll talk a big game and I'll be like, baby, I'm holding it. I'm holding it for you. Because I have a very... If you're listening to this podcast, I come. So I have a very robust masturbatory practice. And so now I am holding it, but I do find myself annoyed.
It's like a study.
Because how long has it been? A day? It's been a fucking day since I've orgasmed. And like this morning, I'm like, why am I grumpy? So yeah, this is a double-edged sword right now.
Yeah, a double-edged sword that I don't know. I might have to tell you just to come because we didn't plan this very well.
See, that's hot.
We should have
immediately. It's like you've been released from your obligation.
We should have done this earlier, but I guess okay. So TMI for our whole audience, but my menstrual.
You don't have to, honey. You don't have to say it. If anybody's listening to like more than like two of these fucking things,
listen. You basically live in our house.
It's like, hey, real quick, just this might be a lot. You don't have to say that to these people.
So my menstrual cycles are quite short for a bleeding person. Mine are 24 days, which that's from the start of one period to the start of the next one. So there are very few weeks that I am not bleeding. And so I start my build up to ovulation right at the end of my menstrual cycle, right as I stop bleeding. And so, yeah, I was just saying, thinking in my head, we should have planned this earlier. We should have said, don't come on a weekend where then I have all this time to mount you and find you and chase you.
That is true. You're literally, this is what it is. I talk a big game and my timing is not always precise where I go, I'm going to hold it while you go into the busiest part of your week.
Yeah. I'm about to go into back-to-back clients until Saturday. So I don't think this is very practical, but it has been a very fascinating.
Are you telling me to come?
Yeah. I think so.
Thank you.
And you can tell me what you came
Thanks
to.
for tuning into this episode of Partnership Podcast. Lauren and Trey, /.com, free consult.
Wow.
Go ahead, baby.
Don't go to that website.
Go ahead.
I do think it's a fun study, though, because I work with a lot of people in long-term partnership who do not ascribe to as healthy of masturbatory practices as we do, and believe that since they are married or since they are in a partnership, they shouldn't have to ask for sex. And the other partner should always want to provide sex for them because that's what happens in a long-term partnership. So can we break this down a little bit? Because what is interesting is that it sounds sweet, right? For me to be like, hold your cum for me, baby, blah, 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 blah.
It's hot.
It is hot. It's hot. And I immediately, as I acknowledged that we didn't have passionate lovemaking last night, that would have been a good time for it, but I was on a roll. It's such a good work day.
I was tired.
Right. We could have made love when I got home.
Yeah, I was tired though.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so tingle time. You've heard this 50,000 fucking times on this podcast. Lauren's tingle time is in the evening. Tingle time means when you're most horniest. And then my tingle time is in the morning.
Trey used to hate the phrase tingle time. He's warmed up to it. Now he uses it as if it's just common verbiage.
Yeah.
Please I will link the episode below and above in the little thing where Trey's like, tingle time. I hate that. Anyway, so Trey's is in the morning.
It just sounds better than pussy getting wet time. So go ahead.
It is true.
Go ahead with your point.
This morning is client day 1, podcast day, boom, 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 boom. Not exactly conducive to us rolling around in the bed and having a delicious fuck. That is not always what a good Wednesday morning is for. So I felt myself knowing all of the things I wanted to do and needed to do this morning. And then my precious partner is saying, baby, is there some time we can schedule to play? And immediately I'm going through my day that is nonstop until I go to the gym. And then I have Wednesday S time. And I was like, No.
Wednesday S is her like best friend. It's best friend at the bar time.
It is. It's like our Wednesday ritual. Yeah. Anyway, then I started feeling bad and obligated to sex, and that I was keeping sex from you, that I was keeping orgasm for you, and all these types of things. And I thought, oh, this is a really fun thing to sit inside of, because that's not our dynamic. And yet, so many people experience this all the time. They feel like if they don't give sex, they are in some way abandoning their partner, withholding something from their partner. And that's exactly what I started to feel like, is that I was willfully withholding something from you that I had asked you to keep from me.
Dr. Betty Martin, Wheel of Consent. If you were to say like, okay, Trey, fuck me real quick and come inside of me, like hurry up, what quadrant would you be in doing so?
I'd be in allowing and you'd be in taking.
Ooh, my question is more specifically, is there, I know toleration isn't a quadrant.
It'd be on the outside of allowing, for
Okay,
sure.
yeah. Because it like, we're not taking time to,
Right.
This would be for me, and it would almost be like obligation / toleration / yes, we're partners and we're committed and we love having sex with each other, and it would feel really good at the time. And also it's like, hurry up. I got to fit this into my day because I have really important shit to do. No jokes. Like, jokes aside, I have an important day.
Getting turned on by that.
She's a slut, folks. Okay, so
The hurry up.
yeah, because in our partnership,
Yeah, we don't do that.
no, we don't.
We don't take one for the team.
No.
No.
Because for me, it doesn't feel good for me because I'm spoiled now. We're like really connected sex. And it doesn't have to be hot sex. It doesn't have to be fucking all this like lingerie and fucking wine and shit. Warm sex, what a great term, where it's like in the morning or in the evening. Like when you pull like pajama bottoms down and you have some sex. So, fuck. Forgot what I was
Wait, no,
talking
you got
about.
to tell that story then, since you paused and lost your train of thought. So I bet Gentle Audience has these moments too, that one partner is like, oh, I would love you to wake me up in the middle of the night and have sex with me. And the other partner's like, no. And then the other, I just think it's a turn on for some people and not for others, like at all. So occasionally, speaking of tingle times, I'll come home from Wednesday S stuff. You're asleep, but I am horny as all get out because I've had a great work day. I've moved my body and I've had quality friend time. These are the 3 things Lauren needs to be horny. She feels like a rounded human being.
And it's your peak horny time naturally.
Naturally, exactly. So sometimes I will crawl in the bed pretending like I'm going to sleep, but then I like kind of crawl on top of Trey and kiss him and smell him and do the things that I know, kind of wake him up. Anyway, and then I get him to have sex with me.
Sometimes you've gotten fucked really well, and then sometimes it's like, okay, love you, and I push you
Then I
away.
get the hand, the push away.
I go,
hand.
love you, take care of it. Yeah, push you away.
So we got talking about this recently, and another side note, this is the podcast of side notes. Friends, if you're listening to this, one of the key indicators of having a great and like flourishing sex life is being able to talk about your sex life. Being able to have random conversations like the one I'm about to just speak of that allow you both to focus on the third thing. It's not you having sex, it's you talking about sex. It's talking about intimacy, talking about funny things like this. So we got talking about horny in the middle of the night. Oh, because sometimes Mr. Healthy Masturbatory Practice here will wake up and he can't go back to sleep. And so he'll give himself an orgasm to go back to sleep. So many of us do this. So this is very normal practice.
helps.
And I said, you could always just like wake me up and have sex with my body. And he made this face. If you're not watching on video, you should be seeing.
Sour face,
disgusted.
Somewhere-
Yeah, right.
somewhere in
Like
there.
he is a good man who's like, well, how would I be getting consent if I was just to have sex with your body? So we came up with
My mind doesn't even go to that, baby. It goes to like, you're asleep and I'm like being rude.
Oh,
It goes to like,
you're disrupting my sleep, and you know how much you value sleep.
yeah,
Oh,
like,
that's so funny. So it's not consent at all.
no, it's not like, no, it's not.
It's not. I'd be assaulting you.
No, because
That's so funny.
well, also, yeah, the thought of me forcing myself on you
You're like,
is
that's not happening.
despicable. No, it really comes down to like manners.
Good
manners.
I like it.
I just think it's bad manners.
So I said,
like and it's so like, you know what, we haven't said it in a while. Pussy bratting. Pussy bratting is like where you get upset that you're not getting laid.
yes.
And you like almost like blame or whine at your partner, which is like, fellas, nothing drives the puss out more. So what the fuck?
So what did we come up with for the middle of the night plan? So
Okay, so
we brought it up again.
We've had a conversation where Lauren is literally encouraging me. And then it's like, stroke my back, like give me kisses on my neck, like feel my hips, feel my butt. And then if the pajama bottoms get pulled down by Lauren, then it's prime time for grind time. So I'm encouraged now to do this if I wake up in the middle of the night and
You also can just enjoy your self-masturbatory practice.
Yeah.
But it was just a fun conversation. I was like, I might wake up and feel like that's a really fun, like, dream sex to have.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, totally kiss my neck, rub on me. If I'm not interested, I'm going to be like, ugh.
Yeah. Candy shop's closed. Yeah.
Yeah. I love sleeping in my cozy pajamas. So if those stay up, get away. I sleep in.
Got it.
But if I pull them down and I make an invitation, I think that sounds fun.
Okay. Thank you. Let's get back to, why don't you say, get over here, come in me, hurry up. Why don't we do that?
We do that sometimes.
Why didn't we do that this morning, for example? Let's use that.
Right. Because at all times, in sex and in relationship and in business and in life, someone is giving a gift and someone is receiving a gift. And it is very crucially important to me inside of our partnership that I am mindful of my limits and capacities. I am mindful of how much I am giving in a day, how much I am in the like left half of the wheel of consent, of the circle. So today, on a work day, I'm going to spend a lot of time in service. And to go into allowing, which is where this would be still on the giving a gift side. I got to be careful about that because I am responsible for feelings of resentment. Contrary to popular opinion, I do not have to give you sex. Not at all. It is my job to say, yes, you may, or no, you may not. And on a day where I'm going to be giving a lot of gifts, joyfully, I got to be really mindful of where that boundary lies around myself. So the reason I was saying shame that it wasn't yesterday or Monday or Sunday is that on Sunday and Monday, my weekends, I am not in a position of service a lot. I'm just not. Yeah, sure. We clean around the house. We do like weekly chores, but I'm not in that space. Even on a Tuesday, my admin day, it's a lot of doing things, but they're for me as a business owner. This feels so good. More prime time to give a gift of allowing, to be like, use my body. Or at the end of a day, or at some time. But I had to check in with myself of, would it feel like a gift, giving you the gift of access to my body? Or would it feel enduring, tolerating, passive, doormatty? Again, there could be 100% of time. We've done it before. A quickie in the bath. Yes, we've done it many times. I love giving you that gift. I feel sexy. I feel desired. What's so interesting is allowing your partner to take from you for their desires is super sexy. Super awesome to be the object of your desire. Are you kidding me? It's like one of my favorite things on earth. And so there are definitely times, and now that we're sitting here talking about it and I have responsive desire, wouldn't be shocked if I send a little text midway through the day of like, hey, I've got a 30-minute break. What you doing? I just have to be careful because it's not your job. It's not your job. My job. My job to be mindful of my limits and capacities. My job to say, would this be a juicy gift that I would be giving out of generosity and joy or not?
In service, fascinating and so on point that you are spending the day in service. Love that term. Now, what's the term called when we carve out a sexy time, a sexy, intentional, like 30 minutes or an hour? What's that called?
I would just say that is crafting a container where you are giving a gift and I'm giving a gift. You're receiving a gift and I'm receiving a gift. So that's what 99% of our sexual encounters is mutually beneficial, mutually giving and receiving. They are invitations to play, and they are rewarding in all ways.
That container is give and receive gifts, both of us.
Both of us.
Prioritizing both of our pleasure.
Yes.
Where the quickie in the bathroom, the hypothetical quickie, is you giving me the gift.
Yeah.
And then you being in service.
Allowing, technically.
Okay,
but yes,
great.
Because I'm not doing the action, but the others will be like semantics, but wheel of consent folks will know.
Can you ask me whether or not I'm disappointed that I don't get that gift?
That's exactly where I wanted to go, because this is so prevalent, because so many of us receive love and connection through sex. We've conflated it, right? Yes. Are you disappointed that I am not giving you the gift of allowing you a quickie in the bathroom?
No.
Interesting.
No.
Huh. Why?
We do things a certain way where we don't schedule sex. We schedule the opportunity for sex to happen. One, which has been a fucking game changer because it allows for renegotiation, aka not having sex, and then the feeling of disappointment does not happen because the expectation was never there.
Okay, follow-up question. So many folks get their primary physical touch, connection, joy, feeling of worthiness from moments of sexual connection. Mm-hmm. Me saying no to a quickie in the bathroom, is that robbing you of any of the other things that you need inside a partnership, that you want inside a partnership? Is that depriving you?
No, because what I really want is that intentional container, whatever that looks like, whether it's planned out weeks in advance and it's lingerie and suits and whips and blindfolds, or if it's like a quickie before bed or like when we wake up in the morning, like warm sex. But what I really want is okay. So generally men and me, I can have sex at the drop of a hat. Mm-hmm. What I really want is I want you to have the space to become hungry or to build your appetite for pleasure. Because I know you need a longer runway in order to warm up. Yes, you can also have sex at the drop of a hat, especially right now during ovulation time, where it's a lot more corollary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's what I want the most. Instead of the gift of, hey, let me use your body for pleasure, which is hot. But if you're in a space of service, or it's I have to do this also, it's like a chef having to come home and cook a meal.
Yes. Yes.
Chefs don't cook at home. So, yeah, you have a full day right now. And I really want you to have the energy to have your full day. And then touch and sex, we touch each other all the time. And it doesn't correlate to now it's time for sex. But that's just our relationship.
Mm-hmm. And I think
we're touching right now.
I think it's worth talking. Well, that's what made me think about it, is that so often, since we've conflated touch and sex, two things could happen. One, I could be touching you, and you could feel that I am turning you on and then leaving you blue-balled. I know
that goes back to what you were saying, the third of like, let's have conversations about sex and intimacy and pleasure and all these things.
Yes.
Where I guess couples don't talk about it very often.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I have a job.
Huh.
And
Yeah.
I am so thankful if these are the types of conversations you want to have. A, use this podcast to talk about them, but B, schedule a free consult with me, y'all. It is truly phenomenal to watch my clients sit in a space with me and have these conversations for sometimes the very first time. So another thing that can happen is withholding of touch so as not to lead the partner on. And then everybody's hungry because we want connection and touch and intimacy of other forms, jokes, laughter, play, fun. There is so much more to relationship than a penis and a vagina. So much more. And it breaks my heart that for so many, maybe the first type of conversation would have happened. Like, oh, you're ovulating. Oh, don't come without me. And then one party gets ignored, right? Then we get uncomfy. Mm-hmm. Or there is a belief inside of many partnerships that I get to work with that masturbation is not right. Okay. And so we should just be coming with our partner. And that's a heavy burden.
Can you talk more about that philosophy? Because I understand the philosophy and inherently, okay, I get it. I can see a lot of fucking booby traps with that philosophy, though.
Yeah. So many.
Yeah, talk about that real quick. And then can we wrap up?
Sure. And then do a second. Yeah, we're double batching. It's travel time. So usually the connectivity is to Christian roots. Now, many humans weren't raised inside of the Christian religion, and yet we have to remember that most of the sexuality education that we got inside of school systems was based upon Judeo-Christian principles. And so many people were kind of raised to believe that masturbation was a thing you did if you didn't have a sexual partner, or was a thing you were doing in secret, and it was really sinful. Like, you really shouldn't be doing it. It wasn't maybe for some the end of all, but once you were married, you would never have to do that again, because the best form of sexual release is with your partner. And that has to do with this like way we laud and esteem procreative sex, which again is like penis and a vagina sex. And it really, like Trey said, has a lot of booby traps. Now, it's interesting too, because it fucked with all human beings, because it really started to also put this onus on pornography as like the destroyer of all relationships. And so, if he's watching pornography, he's not invested in your family and in your own sex. And so we really conflated all of these things. And we told a lot of women, I remember conversations about divorces, and I would hear my parents talking in the kitchen, and the man had cheated, and the conversation wasn't on his cheating. It was on the sex his wife must not have given him. And so this is where all of this kind of lies, that a true, healthy, thriving marriage or long-term partnership is literally, you're looking at how often are they having penetrative intercourse. And so masturbation is at worst sinful, shameful, at best something you really want to not be doing, because it is keeping like the best form of orgasm should be with your partner. And it's interesting because this podcast episode that we're doing is following the podcast episode where we just talked about post-nut clarity, and that, right, it can be a detriment to finding true relationship, because if you're only watching porn and only masturbating, you might not be working on the relational tools that you need. So it's so funny. I want everyone to see how nuanced of a subject this is, because in the last one I was like, watch out, don't masturbate and watch porn too much. And in this one, I'm like, go masturbate. This is why I don't believe in cookie cutter solutions. I am working with some people who, yes, have always used pornography as their example of what sex should be. And then I have other people who won't masturbate and have their partner feeling an obligation to sex. This is why I love my job, is that we're all such different human beings with these different stories that were given to us. So we have gotten to see this like microcosm in the past 24 hours of what could happen if I was like, you can't masturbate. I don't want you to come without me.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Right? I know. Ugh.
Yeah.
No, we did it as like a fun novelty.
Sure.
Because Trey is like ravenous. If I walk in the door and he's been not coming without me, it's like I am.
Okay, can we pick this up as a hypothetical can we pick this up where it's like, okay, yeah, you don't want me to masturbate? We need to negotiate. Can we pick this up just as a hypothetical and see what happens?
Yeah. See you next week. Thanks for coming to the Partnership Podcast with Lauren and Trey, where we talk about our opinions, and our opinions only take what you like, leave the rest. If this conversation's intriguing you, this is what I do a lot with. This is what I do a lot of with clients. Go to sexedforyou.com/free consult. I would love to chat with you. Please remember, you have a right to self-determination and informed decision-making. Like, subscribe, follow. We'll see you soon.